What's up, guys? It's Prefire Lens here, and it's another video, a new type of video. Basically, what I'm going to be doing is just telling weird and random shit and stories that's happened to me and my friends in my life so far. So, yeah, Cameron's here.
Hi, I'm Cameron. How are you doing?
Yeah, so that's Cameron. He's much uglier in real life than what he sounds. Don't worry.
I'm not that ugly.
Anyway, so this episode is our first ever gig. So this was probably like 2 years ago now.
I don't know, first year of college, so
I'm gonna say 2 years ago.
2016.
Yeah,
Almost 2 years ago.
So like, let's just say 2 years ago for easy sake. Basically, if everybody's school has this same thing where a group of guys have a really shitty band.
Yeah.
Where they're trying to copy some other artists, like, and in this day and age, for some reason they're copying like
especially in Yorkshire.
Especially in Yorkshire.
You've got those knockoff Noel Gallagher bands.
That's literally what they are.
Yeah.
So
Anonymous band. What should we call
them? What can we name them? There's many names. What about Trash? Let's just call them Trash.
The Trash Band.
Yeah, Trash Band.
Right.
So basically, they're just like a fake indie band. But they're like, everyone in our school goes there. Well, in our year group goes there. So obviously we have to follow suit and go there as well because it's a social expectation.
Yeah, us as desperate young boys at the time, we wanted attention and we wanted to be popular, so we had to.
We gotta do what we gotta do. Well, that means listen to the Trash Band.
Follow the crowd, but go to these shitty gigs.
But anyway, getting to the story.
Yeah.
We basically, it's like any other person's first night out with a friend. Basically, it's like Cameron came to my house first because my house was closer, and then we were going to travel down together. So Cameron got to mine, and Cameron says he's going to wingman me. So
yeah, at the time I had a girlfriend, so I couldn't.
Yeah, we'll go
enjoy the facets of being a single guy. So
we'll cover this a bit later, a bit more in depth.
Yeah.
But yeah, Cameron's like, I'll be your wingman. I'm like, okay, cool. It doesn't look like I've got a choice.
Pretty much.
And basically, like any other cool kid, I got my mum to drop us off. You know, just first gig, don't come home late, even though we were going to come home late.
Yeah.
Don't drink too much, we were going to drink too much. You know, just doing everything you didn't want to do.
Drink too much for people who haven't drunk anything.
Yeah, bear in mind it's like one of our first times being drunk. Like, it's not the first, but like it's up there.
One of the first time.
Pretty new at the whole thing.
Yeah.
So we turn up to this place
early. We think it'd be cool
because
to be there.
The bands, there were a few bands there, so we were like, oh, we may as well watch them all. And we got the whole thing started at 7, and we were like, oh, if everyone in the school's going, we get there like 20 minutes, half an hour early.
Yeah,
so
we thought people would show up early just because it's music. Everyone likes music.
Yeah, everyone likes.
They'll watch the other.
So we got there at like 6:30. There's like, it's one of them pubs where you go into the entrance and there's 2 different rooms. There's like a function room and then the actual pub. So we went into the room on the left. There was just no one in there other than some guy just like tuning up his drums or something, or his guitar.
Yeah, we got there 6:30, bearing in mind that the band that everyone that we knew came to see started at 9.
But we were there.
But we were there at 6:30.
And
because we're cool.
And then, because we thought we'd be really busy, so we're like, oh, we want to sit down because I don't want to be stood up all night.
Yeah.
So we were like, oh, we'll go in this other room. Everyone else must be in this other room. Went into that other room. There were no one there other than like a half-deaf bartender.
Yeah.
So it took us like 10 minutes just to get our drinks.
Just to order drinks, proper shouting in his face.
Bear in mind, we might have been underage at the time. So
no, we were definitely underage.
So
16, 17.
it were already. I'm guessing.
But no, we were underage. What?
No, we won. Anyway, so it took us a long time to get his drinks because the guy was deaf. Well, partly deaf, probably. Because we had to shout at the guy. So we were like, oh, well, we did what anyone else would do in that situation. We played a few games of pool. But we thought it would be a few games of pool.
On a small table.
But we soon realised that we were really awful at pool.
Yeah, it took about 40 minutes, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it was a good way to kill time, but, you know, it didn't really show us off in the best way.
Not at all. No.
So, yeah. So basically, after that game of pool, we went back into the other room where the guys were that were setting up all the bands.
We thought, we've been playing pool for about almost 2 hours now. Everyone should be, at least a few people should be there by now.
And
to our surprise.
we got in there and we sat down and we were like, people are going to come in any minute now.
Any minute now.
And all of a sudden this guy starts playing guitar and I jumped out my seat.
Yeah, it was like the loudest shit you'll ever hear. Like,
I actually thought my eardrums were going to burst.
like I'd been to one before and it was pretty loud, but this shit, like, I swear to God, they thought it's because a bunch of old people were there, so they have to put them extremely loud so they can hear it. But
yeah, that guy at the bar probably still can hear it though.
Yeah, probably.
So about another like 20 minutes had passed, and some people finally started pouring in from school that we recognised, and we were like, oh yes, it's gonna get going. And then obviously more and more people came in. Band still not showed up yet.
No, not yet.
So we were like, okay. And this is where Cameron and his expertise wingman skills came into play, because
back in the
a
day,
very attractive young lady had sat right next to me.
Everyone had started piling in by this time.
Yeah, and so someone sat next to me, and I sort of looked at Cameron. Cameron looked at me, and he sort of like, you know, like when you give your friend a nudge.
Give him the nudge to go for the thing.
So
let's call it, what should we call it? Katie.
Right. So there's young Katie sat there talking to a friend. We were also sat there, and I was like, okay, let's just do this.
I said to her,
because I'm not shy, but at the same time I am. So I was like, once I do one, it won't be a problem.
You gotta get past the barrier.
Yeah, gotta get through. Gotta make the leap.
I give him a nudge. I was like, Matt, go for it. I know you can do it. Just say hi. Just say hi, your name, and then he did it.
I did it, but this is it. It's the way I did it. I tapped her on the shoulder lightly.
I'll be the girl. I'll be.
So I was like, and then straight away the hand came out, and I was like, handshake. I got my hand ready for a handshake, and I went, "Hi, I'm Mark."
Like a business deal.
Yeah, it was literally like I was just signing a contract.
She says it right back. Hi, I'm Sophie. Katie or whatever her name is.
And it was like awkward because as I shook her hand, I looked back at Cameron because I knew I was doing it wrong.
And the sheer look of nervousness and what the fuck do I do next in his eyes were just like.
But the worst part was Cameron didn't give me a response. He just he just shrugged his shoulders at me.
I just looked at him and was like, do it yourself.
You're on your own now.
Such a good wingman. And then
I just sort of said, "How are you doing?" She's like, "I'm okay," and I was like, "Okay." And then I just turned around, I just looked at Cameron and I was like, and in my head I'm just thinking, shit. So I just went, alright, I'll speak to you in a bit. And then turned back to Cameron and I was like, but for me, that felt like it was all in one breath as well. So when I turned around, I was like, but yeah, what did it look like from your perspective at the time?
Well, I was sat next to, what's his name? Because everyone came in.
Oh, yeah.
I was sat next to, James, that's his name.
Yeah, James.
Yeah, and I just told him that you were going for it, and we were both just watching you. We were just like, he's doing alright. He said, "Hi, I'm Mark." That's not good. And then you look at me. As soon as you looked at me, I was like, okay, this ain't going well.
So shortly afterwards, we were like, you know what? What could save this? We need to drink more, because we bought rounds for each other and we were doing double vodka and coke. And if you don't know, it's not the weakest drink you can get.
Everyone knows that.
So we kept doing that, but like I said earlier, we were pretty light drinkers at the time. So before we knew it, we were drunk, and then the band finally arrives. They were drunk as well before they started playing. They were probably on drugs.
Probably on drugs, just like all Noel Gallagher rip-offs, huh?
Yeah. And then obviously after that,
they got set up and all that, acting like proper rock stars, you know.
One of them even had a Jeremy Corbyn t-shirt on.
Literally, yeah. But his guitar had like for Corbyn. If you don't know who Jeremy Corbyn is, he's like a political figure in the UK.
But anyway, they start playing like the most iconic British songs. I can't remember which one it was, but I was just like stood next to someone with my arms around them. Someone stood next to me with their arms around me, and we were sort of all in a line swaying back.
It's one of those songs like you've got songs like Mr. Brightside by the Killers, but when you got Don't Look Back in Anger.
And then, but the worst part was I hated both of these people and they hated me, but we looked so happy together. It was just weird.
Like, I've murdered your family. We are friends.
Yeah, it was like one of those moments. But anyway, we don't need to talk about that too much.
Yeah.
So basically then, we went outside because there's this like outside area at the back.
Where the smoke go.
Because in between the bands and the songs, it was like a good 10 minutes.
This was like they had a break.
And it was unbelievably warm in that room, so we had to get outside every so often.
You know, I think the masses of young people,
Sweaty
16-year-old boys. It was like a sausage party, to be fair, but
Nah, I don't think it was that bad. But it was just the
there
fact
were like
that
10
everyone,
girls.
probably half the people in there probably don't know what a shower is. You know, just a mixture of different things.
All of them smelled like weed. It was just the greatest feeling. And then we had to go outside and get some air.
And anyway, me and Cameron sort of split up because Cameron was talking to some people from school that he hadn't seen in a while.
Yeah.
So obviously Cameron split up, and I was just sort of stood there on my own. It was probably the lowest point of the night for me, because I'm sure a lot of people who's been out on a night out will have experienced this. That one point in the night where you're like, oh, fucking hell.
What am I doing with my life?
What am I doing? And
then at this point we were pretty drunk. So.
Well, I was sort of arching over and only just coming back down from it, almost.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'd just finished the peak, and I was on my way back.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, this is where it gets interesting.
This is where the moral, but this is where the story kicks off.
And there's these two girls, like at the side of me almost. I was stood on top of it's like 3 steps, and I was stood at the top of the steps. They were at the bottom.
Yeah.
And she was like really like vigorously going through her bag, as if she'd like lost something or something.
I wasn't with him at this point.
And all morals went aside of like everything Cameron taught me. I literally just asked, "Are you okay? Do you need any help?"
Yes.
Because I went, "You look pretty distressed."
Yeah.
So she was like, "You know what? Actually, I'm fine now. I'm fine." So I was talking to them for like 2 minutes, and then they sort of like looked at each other, and it was the weirdest thing because I was stood right there as if they had a conversation where they didn't think I was still there. They literally went, "Oh, he's got like 7 of like the 12 things," and that really confused me because they looked back at me and sort of like, like when girls smiley laugh kind of thing.
I didn't know. I actually didn't know about this.
No, this happened, and then this is where I just went, "Oh, do you mind if I ask what that was about? What 7 things?" And they were just naming qualities about me that they thought were good. They looked for like 12 qualities in guys.
I didn't know about this.
No.
It's a surprise.
And basically, they named a few like funny, helpful, random stuff.
What were the things they said?
If I can remember, I think it was like a lot of it were like the same shit but different words, like helpful, fucking, just shit like that. Funny, well spoken were one of them, I think.
Well spoken.
Yeah.
And they're drunk and they're saying that. All right.
Well, but anyway, so they named these things, and I was just like, yeah, I am all those things.
Yeah.
and because it were out of 12, I was like, what are the other ones? What am I lacking in? And they're like, oh, it don't matter. And they went, you know what?
Dick size.
And they went, oh, we really want to thank you for helping me. So I went, oh, okay, what do you want? I went, what do you have in mind? Are you going to buy me a drink or what? And because that's what I thought they meant. And then and then one of them were like a 10 out of 10. The other were like a 7 or 6. So
no, she was like a 3 out of 10. Now, let's not be honest.
I can't remember what she looked like. I only remember
the better looking one. Like, the words can't describe.
And I'm not the most good looking guy, so this were big for me. But anyway, we sort of like we sort of just like said, come here, and they just went, oh, all 3 of us are gonna kiss right now. And I'm like, okay, I've never experienced this one.
And I was pretty sure she had a boyfriend at this time, so I was a bit confused.
Well, we didn't know that at this point, but anyway, so we did it, and all of a sudden, I look over the girl's shoulders as we're doing this, and I can see Cameron in between both of their heads, and all I see is Cameron just point at me and go, everybody look at Mark.
Yeah, at this point I was just talking to people from school, and we were split up, so I was just chilling. I was thinking, oh, Mark's not going to get a reaction, he's not going to do anything on his own, he needs my help. So I'm just talking to this person, and I'm like, oh, I'm getting pretty bored of these people I don't like, so I'll just go talk to Mark. I turn my head and he's eating someone's face, and I'm just like, oh shit, guys, look at Mark!
Oh my god, and I literally did, like, well, I literally got both my arms just moving up and down.
I started clapping and celebrating for him. It was such a funny moment.
And it was one of those where, like, I knew Cameron was proud.
Yeah,
I was proud. And
then I started speaking to him and all that.
Yeah, and this is like we said at the start of the story. Cameron had a girlfriend. Well, basically, we sort of went our separate ways. I ended up kissing the fit one again, and then she sort of went. Well, then she sort of set a friend up with me, but I was too drunk to realise that she wasn't my type. But I went with it anyway.
Yeah.
Because why not?
Yeah.
I didn't see anybody else offer it.
You're a young boy who needs desperate attention.
Yeah. Yeah. Remember, that's what we are.
Yeah.
And she was talking to Cameron, and Cameron and I were kind of hitting it off. So
yeah,
I'll let you
I'm not
explain.
gonna lie. I had a girlfriend at the time, so like this was a week before I broke up with my girlfriend. So I was like in the process of thinking of what to say to my current girlfriend to break up with her. But I was still in a relationship, so I was like, no, I can't go on with this girl that I've just met. I'm loyal. I'm a loyal guy, but
These girls ain't loyal.
yeah. Oh man, it's just one of the biggest regrets of my life. She was so.
It was funny because the tables had almost turned. Like I almost guided Cameron into it.
Yeah, I put my arms around her and everything. As a friend, as a
No,
friend.
You did so much. I put my hands around you and everything.
as a friend and stuff like that. We were saying that I had to tell her I had a girlfriend, so nothing would happen. And she said she had a boyfriend, but it wasn't working out. So I was like, thank you. That takes some.
And then
weight off
Cameron
my
came
shoulder.
up to me and he was like, "Mark, she has a boyfriend." And I was like, "I've done even better then."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And anyway.
Then a week later, I broke up with my girlfriend, and I was like, for fuck's sake.
But anyway, so we basically the gig were over then because instead of watching the shitty band play, I decided to stay outside with these women that decided they felt better in my company. So I was like, fuck the trash band.
Yeah. At this point, it was all dying down. The band had stopped
And
playing.
eventually everyone started fluttering outside into the street where a taxi like.
One thing I do remember is the band were sat back in the bar because they were allowed to stay in after hours. And I remember bottle flipping a glass.
Oh, I remember that on the ground and it smashed.
Smashed on the floor, yeah.
And anyway, so everyone started filtering into the street where this taxi rank was. So everyone was basically waiting like half an hour for a taxi.
Yeah.
And these two girls had said to me and Cameron, "Oh, we're going to this party. Do you want to come with us?" And we were like, "Oh, can we get in your taxi?" And there was no space in the taxi because there were already a few of them going. And me and Cameron had virtually no money left. We had enough money to get there, but not to
sure
get back.
I lost like 20 quid that night from being so drunk.
But it were good. Like it were a good like 7 mile away. So in a taxi, that's probably like £10, £15.
Yeah.
So between us, we couldn't get there and back. So we were pretty angry, but at the same time we were like, we've had a good night. Maybe it'd have ended up bad if we'd have gone there. So we sort of just went home.
That has a tendency to happen when we ever go out.
Yeah, if we take it a step further.
If it escalates, it just didn't go well.
So we thought we'll leave it where it's good, and so we did. We got our taxi home. We got back to mine. We ordered a takeaway. It ordered a shit ton of chicken, which we didn't eat.
Yeah, that was. Spent quite a lot of money on that chicken and didn't eat it.
We had like 3 pieces each and then called it quits.
Yeah.
And
good night. I like that night.
But we got the girl's like number or Snapchat or whatever. And the next morning, that's when we properly and I was asking her how she was, and all of a sudden I get a Snapchat picture and it's just this guy, and he's like, "Fuck off, mate."
Did he actually say that?
Yeah. He just,
I will message her and she didn't do that.
She was with him at the time, and at like a pub or something, and then he sort of like, he was like, "Fuck off," and I just went, "Sure, she's a prick," and then
when shit like that happens, I just don't react to it. I'm just like, cool.
I did. It didn't really intimidate me, but that's the story.
I will message you the other day after. She won't like say no. She said she had a boyfriend, but it wasn't going well.
So overall in the story,
but the moral of the story is just
you can.
No matter how ugly you are or who you are, as long as you're drunk,
anything can
fucking
take it
happen.
from me.
Yeah.
Take it from Cameron.
Take it from Cameron.
Yeah. So this has been it for his first gig. So, be sure to hear some even more fucked up stories in the future.
You'll hear some better drunk tales from me. But
yeah. So
see you later, guys.
See you later, guys.